Greetings, fellow nerds. Today we're going to be installing this CW filter into this TS-520S. This will be a short video. This is a relatively straightforward procedure, although if you're anything like me, sometimes you get a little benefit from seeing this done visually as opposed to just reading about it. First things first, make sure you get yourself a little tray to put all these screws in. You start by removing this top panel. Be careful when you pull this off. You'll see here the speaker is attached. Just a simple little connection here. You want to make sure you pull that out. Now there she is. It's a thing of beauty. In case you're wondering where the CW filter will actually go, they're nice enough to give us a little label. So unfortunately it's not as simple as just dropping it in right there. We're going to have to remove the bottom panel, and there's a little bit more in the realm of gymnastics we're going to have to do. Onto this bottom panel of the enclosure. There she is. Next, you're going to turn the radio on its side so you can see this side panel here, this VR mount. We're going to remove these 3 screws, and that's how we're really going to get the access that we need to install this filter. Alright, so we're looking at the IF board here, and if you look down on this single sideband filter here, there is a little terminal and there's a brown wire on that, and we need to move this brown wire. We're going to have to, strip it a little bit, and then we're going to solder it to this terminal post up here. And then in addition to that, obviously we're going to have to get this CW filter in place. We're going to screw it in place first, and then there are 2 little holes where you solder the pins into the board itself. So I think probably the first thing to do here is to actually bolt that filter in, get it under those wires, and then we can move that brown wire. There she is, rare in all her glory. Let's try to get it in there without destroying anything. Make sure you get these 2 pins here oriented correctly. They're going to be going towards the top here, and then obviously you want to try to get around all these wires, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. There's kind of no delicate way to do this. Okay, I think we're in just about. Let's get it. Now looking in from the opposite side, I know this looks a lot like chaos, but you'll be able to follow it through. Here's one of the posts, and the other one is down here. And we're just going to put those, screw those nuts on there, and then we'll move to solder everything in place. I'll give this a whirl now. Hopefully you don't have big fat monster sloth hands like I do, as this takes some nimble fingers. And tighten that best I kind of can in here. Not gonna go crazy, don't have to kill it. All right, moving on. So if we look now, here's one of the posts we just screwed in place here. Here's the pin that needs to be soldered. And, you know, obviously it's the same on the opposite side over here. So let's get into that. Oh, word of warning, you know, don't linger too much, you know, when you're soldering in here. You don't want to damage the filter. One down. Now this one's going to be a little bit more of a pain. You'll see these wires right in here. Glasses are fogging up on me. Let's see what we can get in here. I think we're good. Shaky camera working all. There's a quick look on the inside. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but there's one of our solder joints there. And then, you know, it's just on the opposite side, same thing. I know the lighting's tough down in this dirty dungeon. Right now it's just buttoning this side panel back up, and then we're going to move, solder the last wire in place. Everything is here. So here's where we're looking now. We got to get this wire over to this terminal, and as you can see, it's a little short. So what I'm going to do is just, you know, make a little jumper from here to here, and probably just put a little heat shrink on it, make sure it's all nicey nice, and move from there. Okay. Heat shrink, hopefully I can find that. Oh yeah, it's nice when things are where you hope they'd be. Okay, that'll do. Let's get that right on there. Suppose this is longer than it needs to be, but right, and I think that leaves putting her together and seeing if she goes, trying to make a QSO on it. Called CQ a couple times to ensure that there was nothing wrong with CW transmit functionality. All looks good. Kind of bombing into Europe right now on 40 meters. It's about 9:45 Eastern Standard. I actually got one QSO. I wasn't recording, unfortunately. It was nice. Everything sounds good. Well, I guess I'm going to call it a success from down here in the old dirty dungeon. 73.